bunch of season highs on an individual level and then also on bars. Just what did you think of how the team responded after last weekend?
Yeah, well, I'm really proud of the response. We talked a lot about what it needed to look like in practice this week to get a better result that we wanted this weekend, and they really put it into action. So I'm really proud of that. One of the things was training better during the week, and not just relying on adrenaline and the energy of the meet to do well. And so they had a much better week of practice. We saw a little bit more details dialed in today, especially on bars with 6 out of 6 stuck dismounts. That was pretty great. Overall, really proud of the team. Obviously, some places we can still get better, but we're in a good place.
Jocelyn, obviously, all-around debut and vault debut. What did you think of her just being able to do that for the first time this season?
Yeah, I mean, we were just sort of taking our time with vault, and she had a little bit of a foot injury after World Championships. We wanted to make sure we're being really smart with her body because we wanted to be at her best at the end of the season. So she's been feeling really good. Vault's been looking good in practice, and we had her warm up as an alternate, and she warmed up great, so we ended up going with her.
You mentioned obviously all those sticks on bars. Was that the biggest contributor to the season high score, or did you see other things that went well in those routines?
I mean, obviously sticking dismounts helps that score. I think one of the things we focused on in practice this week was the last cast handstand of the routine. We saw Florida last week, a lot of people were short on that last cast, kind of playing tight, and they really went for it this weekend, and I think that, along with the stuck dismounts, was the big difference there.
Then obviously a big bounce back on floor for Morgan and Frankie, and then big scores from Jocelyn and Lauren. Just what did you make of that rotation as a whole?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard because we weren't even really at our best on floor. There's still a lot of details and control of the landings that I feel like we can be doing better and we can clean up. But overall, to be basically tied going into the last event and do the floor performances that they did, I'm really proud of that. But we're going to keep getting better.
You talked about kind of controlling adrenaline, but in an atmosphere like this, when it's so loud and so much fun in here, how do you help your girls when they're competing?
Well, I mean, telling them just to focus on doing what they do in practice. A lot of them, even just to mentally put yourself back in the gym and feel those same feelings and ignore the noise is a really helpful tactic. But a lot of the other ones really feed off of the crowd and the energy. I mean, Jocelyn's like that, Frankie's like that. So we have to really figure out each individual athlete and what their needs are, whether it's, hey, taking more deep breaths or kind of settling in on the equipment or feeding off of the energy that's in the arena. It's different for each one.
And then after last weekend, what's something that you feel like you guys specifically practiced on that you really wanted to hone in on for today?
I mean, just details. I mean, obviously, we wanted to train better on floor so we get a better floor result. We absolutely accomplished that goal. But just details, sticking dismounts and even beam. Like we weren't sharp last week, and I felt like we were a little bit sharper, and we can even be better. We didn't stick as many dismounts as I would have hoped today. So a few details were better, but like I said, we can still be even better. So I'm looking forward to that through the next few meets.
And then, go ahead. No,
okay. I was just going to say, now that you've got that quick turnaround with the meet on Sunday, what do the next 2 days look like for you, and how do you feel like today kind of translates to Sunday?
Yeah, well, we really wanted them to focus on tonight first and get through tonight with obviously keeping our bodies really healthy. We have a really strategic plan of what we're going to do to recover tonight and all day tomorrow when we are traveling. So I'm hoping that really helps, and we're going to make some decisions based on how people are feeling on Sunday. But overall, it's a really great opportunity for us to practice what regionals weekend is going to feel like, what nationals weekend is going to feel like. We have to be able to handle 2 meets at a super high level. So we're going to see how people are feeling and try to put up our best lineups on Sunday.
Okay, last one. You kind of already alluded to this, but just the energy from both the Price sisters on the floor routines.
Yeah, I mean, they're just great performers, period. I mean, both of them can just be a little cleaner but on landings and things like that, but they just get the crowd so engaged. They're so fun to watch. Performing is just one of their greatest talents, so I'm so proud of them, and they're going to keep going.
Thanks so much.
Thank you so much, Coach.